But in terms of learning anything substantive about these two, do you think we're going to get anything else that we haven't already heard before?
So this is rare in that I misunderstood your original question, Adrienne. Normally we're on the same wavelength. I thought you were asking, is it too late in order to win the election?
No.
You were actually asking, is it too late to submit to this kind of questioning?
Right.
Yes, yes, I think it probably is then. We are back in alignment once again, Adrienne.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes, I think there has been very little adversarial or confrontational interviewing done of Vice President Harris. Now, one could make some measure of similar criticism on the other side, although former President Trump did do that National Association of Black Journalists interview. But yes, I would prefer both candidates to agree to sit for more adversarial interviews.
Well, and I don't even think that's the right word. Frankly, I think Americans are tired of adversarial, angry volition. I mean, can we just have a smart conversation where I ask you smart questions and you answer with smart answers?
Well,
I don't know that we're getting all of that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I think that is fair. I think that there is a lot of very softball stuff done where it's basically a question that is, in essence, tell me how great you are or tell me how terrible your opponent is. And that doesn't get anybody very far or doesn't assist the public in actually finding out what people's plans are.
Well, I mean, let's just give an example, and please, producers, be patient with me because I got to get to the tax question, or not the tax question, the voter registration question. Really quickly, Niall. Okay, there was a CBS interview where the interviewer was turned to the screen and Kamala Harris was like satellite. And he asked about fracking. And, you know, she said, listen, I've stayed on record, you know, since I've been in office, I've never banned fracking. I've never said I'll ban fracking. But in 2019, she said she'd ban fracking. In 2016, she sued the Obama administration because of fracking. And how many times does that come up in an interview? It's just, are people doing enough research to remind the public that these are folks who have been around? They have a record. We'd like to know what your record will be moving forward, but there has been some change. And more than just the flip-flop question, why did you sue the Obama administration, Ms. Harris?
Yes, all of those questions are legitimate questions, and the fracking issue is one where she has tried to minimize the fact that she has flip-flopped on it. She did support a ban on fracking, now she doesn't. She's kind of been lawyerly about the dates that she cites to try to suggest that she hasn't changed her position as much as she has.
I would like to just sit with her and just be like, yo, girl, let's talk, let's be real. You know, I was living in California too at one point, but I've lived all around the country. Your perspective maybe changed when you toured the states of Pennsylvania, for example, and found out, you know what, fracking's not so bad. But to just act like that never happened seems disingenuous. And you and I have talked about authenticity. So really quickly, let's play a soundbite from Elon Musk at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally for Trump on Saturday. Let's play
it. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to have a proper election if there's no ID?
So you break it down to all of those Americans watching at home who have the same question I do. What gives with Gavin Newsom deciding to ban legislation that would require you to have voter ID when you cast your ballot?
Because there is an argument over voter ID which places on one hand the imperative to have secure elections and on the other hand the imperative not to erect excessively high obstacles for voting. So, for example, the ACLU has argued against voter ID laws on two principal bases, one being that about 5 or 6% of the American population does not have government-issued ID, and secondly, a higher proportion of Black Americans lack that ID to white Americans. So by requiring that, are you in effect tilting the pitch?
I think a lot of people at home, without being adversarial, are wondering why it's more secure at Costco than it is at the American border, and it's more secure at Costco than it is to actually vote. And they're wondering why. Niall Stanage, we'll talk more offline. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.